Welcome to a brand new video. My name is Deanna Lynn, and my purpose is to guide you in architecting a brand new reality by shifting your internal experience. In this video, I'm going to talk about judgment, and I'm going to give you a couple perspectives to really contemplate on to shift and heal judgment from within. Okay, so when somebody says something to you, when they're actually saying something judgmental to you, there's two things that are going on. The first thing that's going on is that when they say something judgmental to you, they're actually showing you a wound that is inside themselves. They're showing you something that they are judging inside themselves. So it actually has nothing to do with you, because if they didn't have that wound inside of them, they wouldn't see it in you and they wouldn't be projecting it on you. Okay, so there's that side of it. Judgment comes through because it's projecting pain that we hold within. Okay, now let's shift it to you. If when somebody says something to you or they look at you a certain way and you feel like they are judging you and it's triggering you, it's really boiling something deep within you, it's coming up, that is showing not that the fact that they're judging you, it's showing the fact that you are judging yourself. You are hearing what they say, you are agreeing to what they're saying, and now you are judging yourself for what they're saying. And when you can really step into that space, you can see judgment actually as a gift if it's triggering you. I mean, you wouldn't even think it's a judgment if it wasn't triggering you, or else you'd just be like, whatever, I didn't even hear you, I'm totally fine, it's not shifting and changing who I am. So we can take judgment as a gift to turn it internally and be like, okay, look, this is what needs to be healed within me. This is something that unconsciously I have not been loving in myself, and now I'm shining a light on it to be like, okay, let's love that aspect of myself. So that's how you can shift and heal that judgment. Okay? The other thing that can happen is growing up. If you grew up in a family that was very judgmental and critical, which the majority of the world is that way, obviously to different degrees, and some of it might actually be very unconscious. It might not be verbal judgments and criticisms, it could be an unconscious thing. Okay, but what happens is we learn from a very young age, if whoever is taking care of us, our parents or whatever, are judging and criticizing us, we learn that we need to judge and criticize ourselves as well. Okay, we learn and we adopt those habits from childhood. So what happens is, because you've adopted this judging and critical side of yourself, it's happening at an unconscious level all of the time. And what I discovered in myself when I've been around my parents, that because I grew up in this judgmental family, that I could look at one of them and be like, oh, they're judging and criticizing me right now. Like I would get this, like, whether it be like a telepathic message of hearing their thoughts that they actually are judging and criticizing me in that moment, or is just triggering a wound from childhood of those situations when they did judge and criticize me, and now I have adopted that behavior of judging and criticizing me. So what I'm trying to explain here is that, like, people don't even have to judge or criticize you for you to judge and criticize yourself. You could just be playing out these patterns that showed up in childhood over and over and over again, that now you are judging yourself when anything reminds you of that. A look, a word, a smell, a taste, a sound, and all of a sudden it triggers that inside of you. Oh my gosh, I need to judge and criticize myself. Okay, so really take a look at your life and just see, where is this judgment and this criticism coming up? Now that you have heard this message and it's awakened something inside of you, you're going to start picking up on when you are actually judging and criticizing yourself. So the power in this is first acknowledging it, awakening to it, and then loving that aspect of you, because that's why it's coming up, because that aspect of you was not loved, because it was judged and criticized your whole life. So now it's your opportunity to really love that aspect of you so it can be healed and integrated into the wholeness of who you are. Okay? You can also take a look at this from all aspects of low frequency energies and emotions like guilt, shame, blame, fear, right? It's the same thing when it's showing up and you're seeing it in someone else, you're actually doing that to yourself. And the interesting thing that came up for me when I discovered this, I was like, oh, look at you. You are judging and criticizing me for what I'm doing right now. And I would be blaming them for me judging and criticizing myself for whatever aspect of me that I was not loving yet. So hopefully this really opens something up to you, a new perspective to really take within and to heal another layer of yourself. Thanks for tuning in. If you enjoyed the content in this video, just hit the little like button underneath the video and feel free to leave me any comments and questions. I would absolutely love to get back to you. Hit that subscribe button to be notified of all future videos and content coming out.